Welcome to Ancestors Science. Generally, when we read mythological stories, they appear illogical to us. But if we read them deeply, we can understand the scientific concepts hidden within them. In that way, when we study the story of sage Kapila, many aspects align closely with scientific ideas. Let us see what those are. First, let us look at the symbolic story. After that, we will understand what the story is actually trying to convey. The sun god had a son named Sagaran, who was a king. He had two wives, Kesini and Sumati. Kesini gave birth to a son named Asamanjas, while Sumati gave birth to 60,000 sons. Asamanjas had a son named Amsuman. King Sagaran wished to perform the Ashwamedha Yaga. His grandson Amsuman was sent to lead the sacrificial horse from place to place. When Amsuman reached the banks of the Sindhu river, Lord Indra disguised himself as a demon, stole the horse, and hid it in the Pathala Loka. Since Pathala Loka is beneath the earth, Sagaran's 60,000 sons and their descendants began digging the earth in search of the horse. Seeing the suffering of the earth, the Devas immediately appealed to Lord Vishnu. Vishnu reassured them, saying there was no need to fear. He explained that his incarnation, Sage Kapila, was performing penance in Pathala Loka, and that Sagaran's sons would meet him there. Eventually, after digging deep into the earth, Sagaran's sons and grandsons reached Pathala Loka. There, they saw Sage Kapila in deep meditation, and the sacrificial horse grazing nearby. Mistakenly believing that Kapila had stolen the horse, they attacked him. At that moment, Sage Kapila uttered the sound, Hu. From that sound, fire emerged. In that fire, all of Sagaran's sons were completely burned to ashes. Later, Sagaran's grandson Amsuman came in search of them. Seeing the heaps of ashes, he was filled with sorrow. Sage Kapila consoled him and instructed him first to return the sacrificial horse to King Sagaran so that the yaga could be completed. He then revealed the means for their liberation. Kapila explained that Amsuman's grandson Bhagirathan would one day perform intense penance, and through that penance, the river Ganga would descend into Pathala Loka. When the sacred waters touched the ashes, the souls would attain liberation. This is the story. Now, it is believed that the opening through which Sage Kapila emerged from Pathala Loka later filled with water and became known as Kapila Tirtham, located at Keys Tirupati. The Shiva Linga there, known as Kapileshwara Swami, is traditionally believed to have been established by Sage Kapila. Keys Tirupati is not a place on the surface of the earth. The name refers specifically to the opening through which Kapila emerged from Pathala Loka. It is at this location that the Shivalingam is established. Overall, the central idea of this story is that the Shivalingam was created by Sage Kapila. One could even say this is the story of the origin of the Shivalingam itself. Do you know the purpose of Sage Kapila's incarnation? It was to compose the text known as Sankhya Karika. In this text, it is clearly explained what a Shivalingam is and on what fundamental basis it was formed. In short, the lingam is described as a cosmic structure capable of supporting the universe. Now let us look at the aspects of this story that are not superstition. First, if Sagaran were truly a human being, how could he have had 60,000 sons? One should not jump to the explanation that they were divine beings. The Shivalingam is said to have been formed by their burning, and that too in Pathala Loka. How? Through the sound, Hu. Pathala Loka is described as being entirely composed of sound and music. It is said that music continuously resonates there. Particularly in Rasathala, a realm within Pathala Loka, the Bhagavata Purana states that an object can appear simultaneously in multiple places. This statement aligns closely with modern quantum superposition theory. Pathala Loka is also referred to as Anava Malam and Maya. Maya does not mean falsehood, it means something that creates confusion. That is why, in Tamil Nadu, when something cannot be understood, people commonly say, Yena Mayamo Manthiramo Theriyavilai, that means I don't know if it's magic or illusion. Pathala Loka represents a philosophical system, opposite to that of our universe. In other words, it represents cosmic forces that oppose or give rise to illusion relative to our universe. Next is the concept of Amsuman, whose inner meaning is astonishing. The word, man, does not mean deer here. In Tamil usage, people who excel in intelligence are called Buddhiman. In the Sankhya Karika, the intellect is referred to as man, so in Amsuman, man signifies intellect or consciousness. Since Amsuman is the grandson of the sun, this implies that within inert nature, there exists something conscious. This reflects the scientific understanding of our ancestors. Now look at this verse from the Thirumandiram written by Tirumula. Shiva's bliss is represented by the sounds A, E, U, E, Om. These sounds transform into Am, Reem, Am, Ksham, Am. Am itself is a sound. In another verse of the Thirumandiram, it is said that bliss is 3, and knowledge is 2. The next line explains that the three aspects of bliss are the sounds si, va, ya. The two aspects of knowledge must therefore be a and e. Through which sound does this knowledge express itself? Look at the secret of Chidambaram. Within the subtle form of the vowels above, the sound na, ma, si, va, ya exists invisibly. The subtle sounds na and ma manifest in another dimension through the sounds am and reem. Now you can understand the meaning of Amsuman more clearly. It signifies that consciousness expresses itself through the sound am. Reem is knowledge associated with liberation. It can also be called a negative dimension. Its sound of expression is e, which is why it is referred to as Isan or Ishvara, a destructive or dissolving force. Then what is su? Su could correspond to Suthala, one of the realms of Pathala. All these forces together form the foundation for the creation of the Shivalingam. As we have already seen, the Sankhya Karika describes the Shiva Linga as a structure that supports the universe. Therefore, these are conscious forces that existed even before the formation of the universe. So who is sage Kapila really? Was he a human being, or a subtle force of nature? He is the one who created fire through the sound hu. Kapila was also known as Kapileshwara Swami. What does Swaram mean? Music. It signifies sound. So Kapil Eswara also refers to sound and music. We already saw that Pathala Loka is filled with sound. Everything is interconnected. Not only that, Kapila's father was Gardhama Prajapati and his mother was Devahudhi. In the Rig Veda, Prajapatis are described as deities who flawlessly govern the movements of the universe. It is to this Prajapati that Lord Narayana appears as Shapta Brahman and grants the boon that he would be born as Kapila. Shaptam means sound. Shapta Brahman conveys the idea that the universe manifests in the form of sound. This Brahman manifests as sage Kapileshwara. His mother, Devahuti, may also be a source of the power behind the utterance of the sound hu. All of this aligns 100% with modern string theory. String theory proposes that all quantum particles are composed of tiny vibrational strings. Now you can clearly see the strong similarity between the story I explained in this scientific theory. The science of our ancestors was not superstition. We are the ones who have failed to understand it correctly.